St. Joseph's Convent English Higher Primary School, Chitradurga. It is managed and run by the Sisters of St. Joseph of Tabs that envisions a mission that is an integrated human formation for communion in the society. The main aim of the education is to ensure the Christian formation of youth and to instruct the poor. Down the ages, the sisters have persevered in their mission with heroic courage and optimism, even in the moments of great difficulties, oppositions, and challenges. The objectives of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Tabs in our educational institutions always stand to enable every student to become the person he or she that is meant to be. There are ample opportunities provided for every student to imbibe a sense of value and thus leading that child to the ultimate reality that is God. It focuses on the enlightened commitment that every student leads a way to Christian love and service, and to help every student to become an agent of communion, forgiveness, justice, and peace. Thus, our educational institutions uphold the objective to build an academic community where knowledge and applications are learnt, inquiry and research are promoted. It is a community of learners to make the school a center for human, spiritual, cultural, and academic formation. And not that alone. The fundamental option remains to make education available primarily to the Christian community and to the poorer sections of the society. Inspired by the teachings of Jesus Christ, the SJT Educational Apostolate aspires to build communion in society, liberating its pupils from ignorance, fear, exploitation, and violence, and therefore to form pupils in spiritual sensitivity, to awaken in them a sense of active responsibility towards their families and society. It instills in the tender minds of the budding children to accept their role, to understand their role of building communion in society as they work together in small projects of teamwork, building a spirit of togetherness in order to promote love, peace, and justice. It overall facilitates integral human formation with a lot of love for creative thinking, responsible decision making, special concern for the poor and the marginalized. It is appropriate to quote from the extract, "Let no flame be quenched." What we want is a Christian philosophy of education relevant to a milieu which is predominantly non-Christian and at the same time materially poor. This will go a long way in giving our educational efforts a sense of direction. The principles that we hold in education, we believe and affirm that each individual child is created to enjoy God and this world in truth, beauty, and love. That every child is unique. We respect the sacredness of every person. and that every person has the right to quality education and the right to identify and provide opportunities to develop their potential for growth. Thus, education is an agent of social change and the growth and development of society. No one is an island. We are all part of a whole. We need to interrelate and form a community with a sense of direction in our educational apostolate. Spirituality alone can keep a community together and build it into an educative community. The spirituality we are speaking about is not mere information about religion. Genuine spirituality, on the contrary, is something that makes a person serene, open-minded, self-restrained, disciplined, and willing to accept plurality of cultures, respect for individual rights, and be compassionate to the disadvantaged. Quote taken from Abraham Vertical, SDB. And therefore, we would like to encourage in all our teaching time in our institution a spirit of tolerance, commitment to the nation, and to work for unity within the given space. It brings about in the students a spirit of national integration to integrate faith and life, to give more time for value education, to instill in them the basic values to build a true society. It creates awareness on different issues, especially the child rights, the human rights education. Caters to the special attention to the weaker students, instilling in them that they are no less and encouraging in them the spirit to learn. We do organize various Christian activities where the students are inspired to see the current events in the society that is also being faced with so many charitable works. Periodically, there are visits organized to encourage in the students a spirit of compassion and love. A visit to the blind home, visit to the orphanage centers, visit to the prison, visit to the poorer sections, and reaching out to those affected by the natural calamity, promoting solidarity with them. I'm glad to quote from the Catholic Bishop Conference of India 2006 that states, "Education should bring together the secular and the sacred, the mundane and the subtle, the routine and the profound. The emphasis must be on the spiritual that gives unity to reality and lends meaning and purpose to life." This is exactly the way that our education functions. that we cater to every element and to give a holistic education to all those enter into this abode of learning. The policies that we uphold is to promote an education that is for service and knowledge that is for excellence. Every student strives to gain knowledge, to strive for excellence. At the same time, every student gains information, gains experience in the field of service. As they participate in many social activities, as they participate in the various visits organized that instills in them the spirit of compassion, the spirit of service. There are very many visits that's being arranged throughout the year, especially for our Josephite students who come forward as Josephites to take pledge to be committed to uphold the Christian values. There are visits organized for the home for the aged, to visit a blind school, and also visit those orphan centers where there is no one to care for. The students regularly contribute towards the natural disasters that keep occurring time and again. We give priority to the students of the immediate neighbor, especially the Catholics, the poor, the marginalized, and any other deserving categories. We do keep in mind our fundamental option for the poor. There is a facility that is available to make scholarships and freeships and provide concessions in fees to those needy and most deserving students. I thank the staff for their continuous support and cooperation in striving to achieve the vision and mission of our educational institution. Thank you once again.